It is now recording. Okay, so thank you for being here. We've got some good information to share today. We'll each kind of go through what we have. If you have questions as we go along, please put those in the chat and we will answer those as best we can while we're going along. There will be some time at the end for question and answer, at which point you can unmute yourself. Until then, we will get started, and I will turn it over to Carissa Morehouse for the land acknowledgement.
Excellent. Thank you, Jeremy. We at Lassen Creek, we here at Yuba College, we acknowledge that Yuba College sits on the unceded land of the Nisenan people. We recognize their ongoing connection to this region and commit to amplifying their voice to pursue federal recognition. We offer our respect to their elders and to all Nisenan people of the past, present, and future. And I would like to turn it now over to Dr. Tani Dodson.
Thank you, Carissa. Good afternoon, everyone. It's great to see you. I want to run through some key initiatives and where they are to make sure that everybody's tracking some of the big changes that are going through. So the first is that our budget request will be due to the district the last week of March. We did transition our budget process to the fall this year to align with the transition in program review and to prepare us for when the resource allocation model is in place, because at that time we'll have an opportunity to make budget decisions locally at the college based off the revenue that's available. Nonetheless, we exercised that process this fall and found ourselves in a position of some great successes and some things that we need to learn to do a little bit better. We also had an opportunity to talk more with the budget committee within our governance about that process so that we're well prepared for next year when we have a chance to make more decisions. To that end, I will just share that we had a fairly significant amount of one-time requests come through. As I've shared over and over, our goal is always, if possible, to identify and fund any of those requests with this year's money. And we were fairly successful in doing that with about $600,000 worth of those requests getting funded in this fiscal year. So thank you for the work everyone put into that. Also wanted to make sure you are aware that we did share that the faculty staffing request decisions were made, and you should start to see those positions working through the process. Most of those were refills of existing positions, including things like counseling and nursing. We were able to make a decision to transition one position to be an ag tech faculty position. We've been talking about this for a few years in a number of settings. Our community that we serve in Yuba Sutter is largely an ag-based economy. The future of ag is very technology driven, whether that's programming, the sprinkler systems on a farm, or unmanned tractors. The future of ag is going to look different, and we want to be well prepared to meet both today and tomorrow's needs for the community that we serve. So we're looking forward to seeing that come into fruition. In addition, the resource allocation model process is starting to get to a point where we will be making a recommendation to the district about the proposed RAM. You should be hearing in governance meetings about the progress of the outlining of the resource allocation model. Our goal is to provide that recommendation in late April, likely May, to the district, with the hopes that the 2025-2026 fiscal year will run the resource allocation model in a side-by-side method. What that means is that the district will provide to us what our budget would look like if the RAM was implemented in this coming fiscal year, so July 1st, 2025 through June 30th, 2026, so that while we are moving through the year and making decisions in our fall 2025 budget process, we will be ready for a full implementation of the RAM moving forward. So please ensure that you are paying close attention in our governance meetings and with your constituencies about what the resource allocation model looks like. And then finally, for key strategic initiatives, we're hoping to make a recommendation for the Yuba College portion of the facilities master plan in about the next month or so. We are working with the district M&O to potentially create a shared rubric and categories that we will score our projects. But the full and complete project list was reviewed by Academic Senate for some feedback, and College Council is the recommending body for that document, so it will be going to them soon. So please make sure that you're paying attention to those key initiatives because they're moving through this spring fairly quickly. Also want to give you an update on the hiring of the permanent vice president of student services for Yuba College. As you all know, that we held 2 sensing sessions this past fall that helped us to create a position profile, a web page, and a letter to potential applicants. We did a round of advertising and promotion once the position posted the first week of January. You can see the website there. We finalized screening appointments, and our first screening committee meeting is next week. Our goal being first round interviews in March, and of course our inevitable goal being that the permanent candidate is on board by July 1st, which is of course negotiable. As we know, sometimes things don't go as quickly as we would like, but there will be continued opportunities for input into that process, particularly during the final round, when we'll have an opportunity to have some open college forum feedback sessions, not just from the partners in student services, but also from the rest of the college community. Finally, quick safety update of the month, and then a reminder. First, if you are coming to Yuba College after normal business hours, so after the sort of typical Monday through Friday 8 to 5, we want to encourage you to be wearing your name tag and to show that or provide that when our safety guards approach you, largely just because they want to make sure that people who are here and in our buildings are supposed to be here. And when it's somebody that isn't, that they're able to encourage them to find another place to be. To that end, if you don't have a name card, you can schedule an appointment through the Vice President of Instruction's office to get one. And on the back of those cards, we have provided a second card that you can have, which has all of our emergency contact phone numbers in it. We did just do a recent update with a transition and a individual that was on those cards. So if you've not picked up a new emergency card, we have those both in my office as well as the Vice President of Instruction and Student Services office. I find that these cards can be really handy if something is happening, that you have the direct line to myself, the Vice President's safety, IT, M&O, etc. With that, I will hand it over to Jeremy.
Thank you. Just a few kind of quick updates here. Summer fall scheduling is wrapping up. We should be completing that within the next few weeks. I also want to share some great news from the work that has been done by a lot of people. First, the California Virtual College Online Education Initiative. We are now officially a teaching college as of early December. That was done by many people, many at the district, many at the college. I know that Angel was heavily involved. Chris, I know that our counseling, our A&R, IT, lots of people were involved in getting that up and running. And then our local DE committee just worked through getting our peer online course review poker certification, local certification completed. So congratulations to them. That was Carrie, Cassandra, Christina, Cindy, and then we had some great volunteers who sent their courses through for the full committee review on that. So congratulations to everyone. Thank you for your hard work. That'll be really important for us moving forward. We also completed the first full draft of the governance handbook. That was reviewed by College Council yesterday, got some great feedback. It will be shared with, so Academic Senate will be reviewing it. And then it will also be going through all of the rest of the committees for review and feedback, so that we can get all of the information we can. The oh gosh, Institutional Effectiveness Committee, I probably should have remembered that name, will be reviewing specifically the evaluation sections, to provide feedback on those, so that we can identify a solid plan for evaluating governance at the college. And then that will
There are some classes they can't even take until after.
come back for approval. So that'll hopefully be done by the end of this year. And then some accreditation updates. Some accreditation updates. So we submitted just an administrative distance education substantive change that was required. Every college got kind of an email saying that we had to calculate whether we had 50% or more of our students in a distance education course, or 50% or more of our courses online. When we did the calculation, we did meet the criteria of 50% or more of our students. So we had to put together a quick, simple substantive change report. So that has been submitted. It was taking a lot of information from our full ICER. So that's done. The accreditation visiting team, we met with the chair of our team. There will be an open forum for the college. Invites will go out for that to the whole college soon. It will be Monday, March 10th at 2 p.m. via Zoom. The visiting team will be reviewing our ICER. They've already started, but they will be doing it as a team offsite Tuesday, March 18th. At that time, I anticipate getting a lot of emails. And then the team site visit will be in the fall, September 15th through 18th. So those are our accreditation updates. I will now hand it off to Tara.
Hello, everyone. I wanted to start off first with YC Tutoring. I wanted to let you know that we had a raffle in YC Tutoring for the first couple of weeks of the semester, and we had 433 students make a connection to the tutoring centers. That's all 3 centers. We also had requests for tutoring services. We had 439 requests for tutoring services within the first few weeks of the college. And so we're super excited about that. I also wanted to share with you Conversation Club is happening. We do have an in-person time on Wednesdays and then online on Mondays. So please look forward to some flyers going out about that. We have office hours. We're opening the centers up for any faculty who would love to come and put some office hours here in one of our centers. That would be really awesome. We would appreciate that. The students would love to see their faculty members and be accessible to answer some questions. So that's always great. So I wanted to remind you of that. I also wanted to remind you of the next slide, which has some office hours and courses on here. We really thrive on faculty recommendations for tutors. That's how we offer our courses. We kind of vet the tutors through our process, but we are able to have a tutor in that area if we get a faculty recommendation, which is really great. So Marysville tutoring hours are 8 to 7, Monday through Thursday, and Friday, 8 to 4. These are some of the courses that we offer, and there's a QR code there to sign up. The next slide is for Sutter Center. We offer these courses for tutoring, and the office hours, of course, can be open to anyone who is faculty who would like to have office hours there. But the center over there is from 8 a.m. to 6 on Monday through Thursday, and Friday is 8 to 4 p.m. So please encourage your students to sign up for our services. We are happy to assist them and help them succeed in their classes. The other area I want to talk on in the next slide is our Center for Innovation and Excellence is well on its way. We have a series of podcasts that I wanted to share with you. We are sharing them with district and YCC, but I was the one who really got them put together for the Center of Innovation Excellence. I chose areas, if you look at the titles on the left, collaborative customer service, forgiveness, manager's guide to help and self-help, healing, sorry, what am I looking for? What's the word? Self just say self-help. And there are some things here that I really took the time to listen to, about 3 of them. I thought they were really encouraging and I thought they were very helpful to customer service. I listened to that one. So how you get there is you can use the QR code that's on the screen, or if you want to go to your waffle, you could go to YCCD, your core apps, and then you would move to OPC, and then podcast. So really quick, 3 easy steps. Once you're at Core Apps, you want to go to OPC page, and it's kind of halfway down, and then you would go to podcast. But these are here available for you if you have a few minutes while you are doing your paperwork or sitting at your desk. It's really good to encourage yourself and to have areas that can really speak to your area that you're working in, whether it's customer service at the front desk or a management role, or just making sure that we are aware of our unconscious bias. So I want to offer those to you, and they're just housed at district, and you can access them at any time. They do take a little bit to roll in, but they do work. I did check them all. So thank you for that. And the last thing I wanted to let you know was on the next slide is we are offering also another opportunity for anyone. This could be students, this could be faculty, admin. We just want to really offer refresher on what we're offering in our basic needs area. This was one of our well-attended workshops from spring 25, the first week of January. And when I see ones that are attended well, I like to try to offer them again. And this is an opportunity for those of you who want to know more about food insecurities and how we help our students in that area of mental health and healthcare. Please show up. It's just a quick 1 hour interactive workshop. We'll have some scenarios there that you can ask questions and maybe come up with answers to things that you have struggled with to offer your students if they're hungry or if they are struggling with housing and maybe they need some hygiene products. I've seen all of that firsthand available in our basic needs area. So please attend. That is going to be on Friday, the 21st from 11 to noon in room 1170. And I'm going to pass it on to Carissa for student services.
Thank you so much. So moving on actually to the next slide, I want to say welcome back, Chris Sanchez. It's so good to have you. She is filling in as our interim Dean of Student Success. She has hit the ground running, is really taking on a lot of some key role in some key areas like our graduation and catalog, and we met today with ASYC. So want to make sure people are aware things are still moving on in campus life. If you have a flyer that needs to be approved, please come by 100A room 16. We can, or email your flyer to Crystal Garcia. I have her contact there. We like to make sure that all of our flyers are approved and gone through the process, and that we can get them up and have only approved flyers around campus. And if you need help putting flyers up, we do have student workers that can assist with that as well. So please stop by. We also, ASYC is going to be having Club Rush on February 18th and 19th. It will be out in the front of the cafeteria. It will be at the Marysville campus from 10 to 2. If you are interested, our newly appointed Vice President, ASYC Vice President Luke Banner, his contact information is there if you want more information about having one of your clubs, or if you know of students who want to join, start a club, Vice President Banner is the person to contact. So please get the word out to students, make sure they participate. We will have free pizza for students who attend Club Rush. I really want to get the word out of the various opportunities for students to get involved on campus. Next slide. We do have in counseling, we have brought back by popular demand drop-in counseling hours. So please note we have them both on Marysville campus and at the Sutter campus and online. So we have drop-in availability if a student needs to meet with a counselor to get a signature follow-up to talk through their ed plan. Please know that they can access a counselor and everyone is able to get there from 10 to 2. Please access that. I think it is great that we're able to offer more access to counselors. That's something we're trying to be more responsive and make sure students have access that they need to counseling. We also please encourage students to make an appointment to make sure that they're on track to graduation and have the right program listed in their file. So please do that as well. Next slide. We wanted to let you know that we are continuing to work on and implementing student success teams with the rollout on instruction of the realignment of the area of instruction. We also have worked on in the student services area, and we are in the process now. And actually on the next slide, you will see the names of the different counselors that are assigned to the different areas of interest. Our specialists have been working, gaining skills, as well as we've been working on various campaigns to improve student matriculation and help students get on the proper path by having an ed plan. So there's been a lot of work in the implementation of success teams, and we are excited for this semester, really identifying some key areas that we will be doing a true student success team launch in the fall. So more to come. Please keep your eyes and ears open. But we wanted to make sure you knew that we are really all in on success teams, and we are making sure that the different areas are really putting our structures around the success team. So this is something for you to utilize, and please reach out to our counselors in those areas. I think I'm going to pass it on over to Marcy Lang, our Director of DSPS, to talk about a new service that we have. Marcy.
Thank you, Carissa. Good afternoon, everyone from DSPS. Today, we just want to provide an update on our progress in the implementation of AIM. That's the Disability Support Program Management System that we're going to be using soon. And we want to highlight some of the features that we're most excited about. So first, our progress. It's been a long road, and our DSPS and IT teams have worked many, many hours configuring the product to integrate within our college and our district systems. We've been working hard to customize templates, many, many templates for students, for faculty, and for staff. We've been collaborating with the DSPS team at Woodland, as they have recently decided to join us in the implementation of the software. And we've joined forces with them to create mutual forms that will eliminate the need for students attending both colleges to complete the same forms twice. We're very excited about that. We've also been working with Woodland to sort out permissions for accessing mutual student data so that students aren't having to submit the same information to both institutions. And that's, related to their disability verification and things like that. The system ultimately will be the tool that we use to coordinate student accommodations. It'll allow us to automate the data from the first meeting that a student has with a counselor to determine what they qualify for, all the way through the process to the actual implementation of those accommodations in the students' classes. So one of the key behind the scenes technology steps that needs to occur for the system to function as it's designed to is the pushing of enrollment data from our district data system to AIM each night. We've experienced some difficulty where efforts are currently being made to work out some glitches that we've had with that process. But once that challenge is solved, we believe we'll be ready to launch. And some of the things that we're most excited about are that students will be able to use AIM to apply for our services and to submit their disability verification and other confidential documents all within the same system. The AIM system will be instrumental in coordinating our testing and other accommodations for our students. Students will actually be able to make their request for the authorized accommodations that have already been approved for them directly through the system, and then faculty will be notified immediately through the system as well. Accommodation notification letters to faculty will be generated through AIM, and they will provide greater clarity for instructors in knowing what they need to do next in managing accommodations. Faculty will also have access to a list of students with accommodations in their courses, so that is going to be a big bonus. Finally, AIM will allow us to transition to 100% paperless and secure student files and notes that can be accessed by any staff member with designated permission. That's wonderful in many ways for old school people like myself. It's a big push. But I know we need to do it. So I mentioned that we believe we're close to having the major kinks worked out. Our goal, fingers crossed, is to roll out for summer classes. If all goes as planned, we'll be offering training for faculty in late spring. Our team is working on the development of some quick how-to videos, and then we'll also offer in-person and Zoom trainings as well. So we will be sure to keep you posted. And now I introduce you to Melissa Haw with the Academic Senate.
Hi, everyone. So as many of you know, the Academic Senate meets Thursdays at noon. Anyone is welcome to come. We're in the President's Conference Room, Building 100A, Room 4 in Marysville. You can also attend from the Sutter County Center, Room 106, and the Zoom details are there as well. This week, we're going to be discussing the role of our academic standards subcommittee as it relates to artificial intelligence, if there's anything the subcommittee can do to support faculty when they're in a situation with unauthorized artificial intelligence use in their classes, and also, you know, if the faculty and the student are not in agreement about that, you know, kind of how can we support? And then this may have been in one of our presentations before, but I just wanted to make sure everyone was aware the State Academic Senate put out a rostrum, which is like a series of articles about artificial intelligence that covers it from all angles. So we're specifically discussing the sort of plagiarism angle, but of course there's a positive side too about how can it be used to enhance classes and enhance learning. So you can access this for free online if you're interested. I also put copies in the division offices and some of the conference rooms and things, so you may have seen these around campus. Next slide, please. And then just a couple other updates. So we have a new part-time, a new part-time representative who has a long history serving in the Academic Senate. So Jim Prager is serving in that vacancy. He actually formerly did service for the State Academic Senate and was on the Academic Senate when I started too, but now he's serving in the role of a part-time faculty representative. We've only had a couple meetings this semester so far. We did approve a minor change to the FLEX guidelines. We also approved the district strategic enrollment management plan, which we've gone back and forth for, I would say, over a year on this. So that felt good to finally reach a point of agreement on that and compromise. As Dr. Dotson mentioned, we also provided feedback on the facilities master planning prioritization. We're currently discussing policies about local decision-making. This talks about, among other things, the Academic Senate's role, specifically in our district. We're hoping to maybe identify some +1 items. So what that means is there's topics that Title V and Ed Code specify as the purview of the Academic Senate. Those are the 10 and some other things, but then there's also +1 that academic senates can agree on locally with their district. So we're trying to think of potential +1s and come to agreement with that with Woodland Academic Senate and the district. There's also a lot of state academic senate webinars. So I put the links, and I assume these slides will be shared. So I put the links to a couple upcoming ones, but really interesting topics, about diversity, artificial intelligence. Here's the positive side of artificial intelligence, how you might be able to create an AI bot to help you in your class. So those are all free, so feel free to register for those on Zoom if you're interested. That's all I have, so I will pass it on to Eric Burns with athletics updates.
Hello, Team Yuba. Happy February. Just a couple of athletic updates. Some of our active teams. Basketball is coming near to the end of their season. The men's team is in second place. They're actually borderline tied for first place. They're 8-2 in conference, 14-8 overall. They are currently ranked 26th, which is awesome. A little low for them for basketball, right? They've set the bar so high with all their success. But that's in the state. They have big games. The men and the women have big games on not this coming Friday, the 14th of February against LMC and the 18th against Contra Costa. Those two teams are among the top 3 teams with us that are vying for that championship again. So it'd be great to have staff and faculty out to support the team. To harken back to the employee ID cards that Dr. Dotson was mentioning, you have those, bring those to the game, get you in the game free to support those big games as the basketball season comes to a close. The women, they're in 7th out of 9th place. They're battling 4-7 overall, 7-15 and 7-15 overall, 4-7 in conference. It's a couple game difference between 4th place and 7th place, so they can do some damage here towards the end. They've been working hard. Spring sports, baseball and softball just getting underway. The rain. Baseball is 2-2. They started off with a tough loss their first game, and then proceeded on the next day to score like 26 runs in 2 games, the next 2 games. So their bats really heated up. It's a pretty exciting day. Softball got off to a great start. Actually, they got off to a great start being preseason ranked 16th in the state. They beat the 12th ranked team their first game, Sierra, and then tied their second game. So they're just getting started. But the rain is going to play havoc with both of those outdoor schedules. And baseball will play on Monday. Their next home game, baseball will play on Monday. They're canceled for this weekend already. And then softball hopefully has their first official home game on their brand new field on Tuesday against Santa Rosa. Streaming. I have a note here for streaming. We previously were streaming our home games at YouTube, the Yuba Athletics YouTube channel. The camera system we use is no longer letting us do that, so we are streaming our games for free at Huddle, H-U-D-L, Huddle fan website, and you can search for the Yuba Athletics page. And we're out of season for a lot of these sports, but basketball is being streamed there, and then moving forward, soccer and volleyball and those sports will be also streamed there. Baseball and softball are being streamed. So far, baseball not consistently, but softball is being streamed consistently on an app called Game Changer. It is a free, and then you would just find Yuba Softball for those streaming sites. We'll put the links up on our website. Merchandise and apparel. If you need some last minute shopping ideas for Valentine's Day, Yuba Athletics has some stuff for you over at that link. That's the QR code on the tile there on the slide is straight to the merchandise, and sweatshirts, t-shirts, coffee mugs. I don't think you may not get it by the 14th, but nothing more romantic than Yuba College athletic year slightly late. And then also our Hall of Fame is scheduled to happen later this semester, April 26th. We're not quite ready to announce who our honorees are, but we will by next YuZoom certainly, and also have more information about getting your reservations. That is my athletics update. I will also do an alumni and friends update if you don't mind. For those of you who don't know, the Alumni and Friends is an association of former students and friends of the college. The purpose is to maintain strong relationships between the friends and the former students and the college, and to support and promote goals, activities, and interests of the college. The QR code there is a link to the Alumni and Friends page, but it's also linked at the top of the main website. It just says alumni. It's a link right to the Alumni and Friends page. There you can sign up to be a member. There are some benefits. We have membership levels of $10, $49, $100, and $500. The $500 membership is actually a lifetime membership. And then we're, as a committee, developing what all those benefits are to that. And then for those of you in instruction and in part of the staff at that website, there's also a link to request Alumni and Friends small grants or funding request forms. In the past, we have supported many of our clubs. We have supported, I think, the Green Futures Club with some either soil or was it fertilizer? We've supported the pantry with appliances. We supported the automotive program with the opportunity draw. So there's lots of opportunities for that organization to support your needs and your instructional needs. We've bought in calculators for the math program. And so go look at that site, click on that link and see what our criteria are. But we want to fund lots of things. We want to be able to brag about all the things that we want to fund and want to support. So please, we would love to get more active in that area. We are working on some events. The Alumni and Friends will definitely be part of the grad fair and commencement. And then usually Alumni and Friends has a presence at the Hall of Fame. And so any other sort of events that Alumni and Friends can support, let us know on the committee. You can contact me or Zulema for those ideas. And I think that's the extent of my Alumni and Friends update. So thank you for the time.
Thank you, Eric. Do we have anyone from the district for updates? I do not see anyone. How about our partner from the bookstore? Okay, so that means that we are at question and answer. As we're getting to that point, just a reminder, the next YuZoom is March 5th. I'm going to stop my share. Any questions?
I do. Might as well. I was seeing if it's too late in the for planning any type of school event. I've been wanting to see if it's a good idea. Might as well just do it right now. Since we are the 49ers, April 9th is coming, and I kind of want to do like a spirit week. I don't know if anyone's interested in that. And then I saw Dr. Harlan's mental health thing. We have a mental health awareness month in May, and I've been wanting to do this for a while. It's called May I Help You? I love puns. So just like a mental health awareness month activity we can do all month or something. Yeah. So if it's not too late, I would like to, at least get some ideas going.
Those are great. We could definitely work and connect with Randall Edwards with basic skills and our mental wellness and talk about that. That's great, Sean. We'll connect.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you.
It sounds like maybe even alumni and friends might be able to help out with that Spirit Week too.
Yeah, I'm for it. That'd be fun.
Yep, absolutely. Let us know.
I don't think anyone wants to follow that, Sean. Any other questions or ideas of events? Or I think that was a great one. Or two.
Thing.
This is still recording, so we want to appreciate Sean for volunteering to plan those things too.
Yes. Yeah. Lead, coordinate, facilitate.
Pay for. Got it.
No. We won't put that on you. Okay. Well, thank you, everyone. Have a great rest of your day, week.